안녕하세요, this is Rage and you're on the land of Korean cinema. I'm so fucking worried, guys. The world as we know it seems to have ended, which is fine, it was a terrible place, but something even worse is gonna take its place. And nobody seems to care. And strangely enough, this applies to today's movie, so let's talk about Bedevilled, or Kim Bong-nam's 살인사건의 정말. It means the whole story of Kim Bong-nam's murder case. The movie stars Seo Young Hee, Hwang Geum Hee, Jung-hak, Bae Sung-woo, and many others. A woman from Seoul visits the island she grew up on. There she meets Seo Young Hee's character, an old friend of hers who's still living on the island. As it turns out, her life is utter hell. Everyone on the island is treating her like a slave, and nobody seems to care. Bedevilled is a pretty legendary movie, and for good reason. It's heavy, it's intense, it's brutal, but also really emotional. What the main character goes through is unfortunately something very real. I'm talking about domestic abuse and a total lack of empathy. Hundreds of millions of people are being abused at home. I could talk for hours about it. I've seen it. I lived it. I hate this fucking world. The movie is full of the most disgusting, despicable characters you can imagine. And the really sad thing is that there are people on the island who just go with the flow and don't do anything about it. She's being sexually abused, she's getting beaten constantly, they make her work 24/7, and nobody cares because it's not them. Ain't that painfully realistic? I hate this fucking world. Seo Young Hee is mesmerizing in this movie. She's vulnerable and extremely dangerous at the same time. I think she's much stronger than she thinks, but by the time she realizes that, it's too late. But the movie actually opens with Hwang Geum Hee's character in Seoul, and she's a really cold person. She lives alone, she doesn't care about anyone. And this theme is present all throughout the movie. But I like that she's a beacon of hope for the main character, embodying her wish for freedom. The question is whether she's gonna step up and try to help. Watch the movie. Bedevilled is a pretty unique thriller because for a long while it could pass as a drama. A drama that is really hard to watch, but still a drama. But there's an underlying tension lurking in the shadows, and then something happens. Something really bad happens. And from then on, the film turns into a Tarantino movie. Okay, just kidding, this is much more raw and realistic. This is no fun, unlike Tarantino. It comes from a very deep psychological place. And it's also completely understandable. I would probably do the same if I were her. Also, this is a really well-filmed movie. Some of the framing is just masterful. There's a scene which is sort of an interrogation where the camera work is just fantastic. But there are lots of moments with beautiful cinematography, which is in sharp contrast with the subject matter, but it truly elevates the movie. So the tension is there, it's really easy to feel for the main character, the acting is amazing on all fronts, and the movie also tackles a very heavy but also very important subject matter. Overall, this is a masterfully made film, but a very hard watch. You see everything. All the best stuff is right in front of your eyes. Not for the faint-hearted. If I had to say one negative thing, that would be the ending. I think it drags on for too long, making the movie almost 2 hours. There are at least 2 instances where the movie could have easily ended, and I would have been fine with that. It was filled up with things that were completely unnecessary in my opinion. There are things I love about it, and things I would have just cut out. So it's a bit of a mixed bag for me. But if you're a fan of thrillers, I would highly recommend this one. Not an easy ride, but a beautifully put together piece of cinema. Also, there's almost no music in the film, making the violent bits feel even more realistic. Great choice. I'm gonna give Bedevilled 90%. The ending could have been cut shorter, it's a bit too much, but this is a really good movie. But I still hate this fucking world. Thank you for watching, hit the like and subscribe and all that shit. Guys, take care of yourselves. 여러분, 몸 조심하세요. See you soon.